All right, so we've been very fortunate to have two students, actually both of them from the University of Alberta, join us as co-op students. And so we have Saksham and Philia, and we're also joined by an MRU student who's actually been working with Philia and has participated in a hackathon on a cool project idea. So Sarah's joining us. And maybe I'll just go down. Sarah and Philia, what have you been working on here during your co-op? Oh, you're going first, Philia.
Hello. Okay. Yeah, so my current role is marketing, communications, and engagement for the Smart Cities team. And within this role, I've been working on a variety of projects from the entire launch of Wave to like AI Hackathon, our storytelling and engagement plan for both our internal city teams and business units, and also externally to the various stakeholders that we work with, both in like our Living Labs program, which is where companies can use city-owned assets to test and prototype their ideas, and then also within our digital equity side of things as well.
Yep.
Okay, hello, I'm Saksham, and I'm an AI developer here at City of Calgary, AI developer co-op student, and I'm mainly just working with the AI team, Nan, Ashik, and as well as Jason, and currently building a project where I'll be doing computer vision and doing anomaly detection on many of the city properties. And currently I'm just working on chain link fences, just detecting if there's damages like holes or bends on chain link fences, just through images and videos. And I've been also helping around with the AI hackathon that we had this last week, and it's been great. Everything's been great, yeah.
All right, so I'm on. There we go. What are some experiments that, or some pilots that you're trying with the city? Specifics.
Specifics?
Yeah.
As in like in this center right here with the sensors and
Sure. Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah.
Okay, so in this center, we're trying out various sensors, such as like temperature sensors we can place all around this center, which will sense how much temperature is in this area, what's the temperature in that area, and just detect the difference to mainly see if there's good circulation, or like it can also act as a presence detector. If there's a lot of heat in this area, we know there's a lot of people in this area, or there's some machine here that will, I don't know, increase the temperature here. And same with around all around the center. We also have sound level sensors for the same reason, just to detect where the sound is coming from, where is it going to bounce off the walls, and where is it the loudest. If, let's say in the VR room is quite loud, is that noise going to affect this area where there's going to be speakers such like right now?
Okay, great. Philia, what things are you trying out and piloting for the city right now? Because you've got a ton
Yes.
for this.
Yes, for Wave, I guess we've been trying out a local like ticketing company being ShowPass, and that's what you all use to register for today's event. We've also tried to break some barriers and get our own LinkedIn account, which you should definitely follow. It's Wave Tech Center. And then we've also been experimenting with different ways of storytelling and engagement. So within our digital equity piece, a big part of that is recognizing that there is a digital divide, and it is a very real and prevalent problem, and not everyone has the necessary hardware access or like internet access, and so we are working on creating different ways to get that information across, both like over the internet, but then also creating like physical content that we can provide in different locations and provide resources for these people as well.
Great. And I think that's what we've seen, is that we've had some very real tech experiments, right? And then, Philia's really been focusing on experiments in policy, right? The city and other governments, I'm sure the universities are very similar. They're very risk adverse, and their reputation means a lot. And so for Philia to put together the case for us to have our own communication channels, or to try non-standard software or apps or companies like ShowPass, was a big stretch. And I think it shows that commitment from the city to fail, to be okay with failure, and to try new things, right? So, okay, this last question on your co-op experience, and then I want to talk about your side gigs. What have you learned here? What are you taking away from this co-op?
I think I've actually learned a lot, not just like just within my technology thing with AI and stuff, but overall like just how we communicate with each other, right? We always have that open relationship every time, and just taking away how things work at the city, because it's very different in academics. I don't always get to like go around talk to people about how other things are going or how management is doing up there, because there is no management. It's just me, myself, and I. But here, I can talk to Jason about all the other projects been just like outside of my field of expertise with AI and stuff. But I'm happy to learn all of that because I'm excited to learn new things. And I would say that in this environment as a co-op, I'm happy to learn new things, and that's one of the greatest things I would have. Yeah.
For me, I've loved every aspect of my term so far. Like my team has been incredible, and I've just really enjoyed being able to take initiative and try out all kinds of different things, and like being able to learn whatever I want to learn, which is not always the case with like university. So that's been the biggest like blessing and takeaway for me.
Okay, so Sarah and Philia, could you tell us about, because you did what was the name of the hackathon?
It's just talented in what
It was Youthful Cities with Talented, right? And then the city helped, we participated a bit, but can you tell us, Sarah, a bit about yourself and then the hackathon?
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah. I'm a marketing student at Mount Royal University, and I minor in entrepreneurship and social innovation. So I went to the Youthful Cities Summit. It was actually sent to me from Africa Center Black Fellowship that I was doing. So I went there, and then I met Felicia at the entrepreneurship on small businesses in the city, and we came up with the idea of Vibe Ventures, of where we can sort of gather students and post-secondary students, mature students and alumni, and connect them with organizations and companies that are hiring, looking for young talent. Yeah, basically.
And just to add on to that, we noticed a gap that there's like international students, alumni, they don't have that sort of like space to connect and bond and meet other people, and then also sometimes build the skills that they need to succeed in the workforce. So a lot of our work is in helping those students and people with that.
Great. I think that's one of the things we've talked about is, what happens once you graduate? You lose that opportunity to participate in business cases. A lot of times the hackathons kind of die off, and you lose also those maker spaces, right? Like both of you have taken advantage of the U of C's engineering lab. So they have a print lab. If you have a U of C alumni email, you can go and use it and print for free. But you lose that access when you graduate. So the whole thing around Vibe Ventures, which actually won, right? You won some money at the hackathon. And Saksham, your group did as well, right? A little bit, yeah. Yeah, you spend it all on ponytails. It's really great. It's great. But, and so then that, the idea behind Vibe Ventures is finding not only the assets or the infrastructure to carry on those gathering and collision spaces, the maker spaces, but also finding opportunities to do those challenges. Almost again, like those capstone projects we were talking about before, right? So what stage are both of your projects in? Saksham, what stage is you guys won some money. What have you done with the money? And is it going forward?
So basically, the idea we originally had was to be able to like build a platform where, actually, I'll explain what the actual problem we were facing and try to solve. So initially, when our group got together, my group got together, we started seeing a gap in where like a lot of younger people in universities and high schools, they can't really land any internships or co-ops right away. They don't have the experience or connections necessary right away. And even with the job market right now, it's not really that possible because it's like pretty saturated, especially in the STEM. It's quite saturated. So what we decided to do was we decided to build a platform that would connect all those students together, and as well as some employers that are looking for those students with little to no experience, and actually be able to mentor them and teach them, to guide them to actually be able to get other internships. But we realized that was a bit too far of a goal, and what we decided to do was we built a feasibility study where we actually went out and asked a lot of students what they would prefer and are they actually facing any issues. And once we compiled all the results from that, we did realize that around 80% of the students facing these issues are STEM people. and the other 10% or so are business majors. So right now we're at the stage where we're going to actually plan what our platform will look like based on the results we have gotten, and kind of focus on the STEM students that are actually facing these issues right now.
Great. Fleia, Sarah, where are you at?
Currently, we're working on fleshing out exactly what companies we want to collaborate with and work with, and we've been in talks with some companies that, like Rogers, and also potentially using this space to like fulfill our project. And yeah, do you want to add anything?
We've planned like we've organized like more than like 10 companies to work with. And then we've also been in talks and connection with like Talented YYC and other ways to leverage other organizations that are also trying to do the same thing and bridge the gap of like talent and employers and do that. So I think that's the stage where we're at, is sort of strategizing how to move forward like intentionally and building something that could be like sustainable as well.
Is there an unmet need you have? Is there an unmet need you have? Is there something that you need help with from the community?
Yeah, I think support. I think like one of the reasons why I'm like at this networking event or other networking events is obviously to come see Faliha, but also to like come and communicate with other employers and talk about like the new ways that student integration could look like. Like, yeah, there's capstones right now, like the last organization that talked about that, but there could be other ways of like integrating those alumni that have already lost like those opportunities to other networking events, and how to also have them be in the talks of like new youth and new talent again. Like sort of, I don't know, just thoughts and community, I guess.
No, that's great. That's great. Okay, so the other panel that's coming up next, they've already seen the questions before. Some of them even sent me the questions they want to be asked, and you guys did this all on the fly. So thank you so much. Yes, like Faliha and Sakshan, we're so lucky to have you here on our team. Sarah, it's so great to have you hanging out with us quite a bit as well. And we're very lucky as a city to have you all here. So thank you all for joining us. And we'll get on with the next panel. And thank you again for filling in.
Thank you.